Welcome to Manufacturing Tech Australia with Shane Williams and Paul Mason.
I'm here with Manny from Sandvik Coromant. Welcome to Manufacturing Tech Australia, mate.
Thanks, Paul.
So we were talking before a little bit about your manufacturing wellness system, where you're sort of taking that holistic approach, looking at manufacturers, looking at their problems, then coming up with solutions in a bunch of different ways. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that to start with?
Yeah, well, the manufacturing wellness is actually about 8 healthy habits that we've observed over decades of working with successful companies globally.
Yeah.
So, having the winning formula based on habits and trying to make sure that those habits are in place, established, and a routine in the manufacturing operations. So we're taking a bit of a different view on the stand here. You'll notice probably there's not so many tools laying around, which is a bit of a different approach from us. And the reason for that is, if you look at the manufacturing wellness, point number 1 is take a holistic approach. And that means we're working with partners from within our extended company, such as Mastercam and Vari Cut. So we've got the tools, we've got the engineers to prepare the tools and make the component, and our partners here have got the software that will support that. Like Vari Cut, for example, is a collision avoidance system. So machines are expensive, components are getting more expensive, so crashes are really something you want to avoid. So that will pre-check the program and the tools and the machine so there's no crashes. And on the Mastercam side, that's the pre-part. That's where we do the program from a solid model. We get a model, basically, which is from a CAD system, and then the program will be made for the most efficient tool paths, the most efficient way of machining that component in that machine. So with those 3 legs, we think we've got a holistic approach. So that's number 1. Manufacturing wellness.
Yeah,
Point 1.
I reckon most of our listeners would know all about your Mastercam system. Is there any kind of new innovations coming up over in the last 12 months or coming up in the future that you can talk about?
Well, I think Mastercam is probably the most widely used software globally. It's in all the safe colleges. Most programmers cut their teeth on Mastercam, and they're always evolving, different additions to the package. But one thing I would say is with Vari Cut, for example, there's a thing called Vari Cut Force, and what that does, it analyses the tool path that you're currently using, and it looks for efficiencies where there's opportunities to increase feed. So increasing the feed, it means the tool's moving around faster than it normally would, and it does that by calculating the chip thickness in every tool path. So we've had customers that are our customers, but also Vari Cut customers that have said to us they can save 20% of the manufacturing time by that innovation, which is called Vari Cut Force. So then, we've got ours as well, but the software side is, that's always pretty dynamic and moving ahead fast.
Nice. Some of those other solutions we were speaking about earlier, like this vending machine here is quite interesting. Do you want to tell us a little bit about this?
These are becoming really popular in workshops because it really gives customers control over what's happening with the cutting tools. We have a saying that customers know what they buy, but they don't know what they use. So that's a big problem. You might think, okay, we've got a big bill, but what actually happened? Where do those tools go? How do we measure where they're used? So with a machine like this, an operator can get access to the tools. By pressing clicking a few barcodes, he can identify where the tool is going, like which person took it, which machine it's going on, which component it went on. And we have one extra step, like for example, is it part of a feature of that component? So we can drill right down to like 5 levels. And what that does, it comes back to, unlock potential with data. Data is not only having sensors in machines, it's also about knowing where your cutting tools are being spent, focusing on the high cost operations, engaging a company like us to help reduce that cost. So,
can that also tell like when the tool's broken or worn out? Is it tracking elements like that as well?
No, with a vending machine, it would be a manual report back to say tool broken, reason why. So it can detect where there's high consumption and an exclamation. Another type of sensor, let's say, in a machine can tell, hopefully stop the tool before it breaks. So if we've got it'll detect if the cutting braking forces are increasing to a point of tool breakage, you'll shut the machine down. So there's two different things, but that's more of a understanding high cost due to breakage and then tracking it back and see what could be done from that.
Can that also detect if it's, for example, if it's using the right tool at the right time and those kind of things as well? Is it linked back to the drawings and the design data?
I think from the analytical point of view, we can say that someone has used the wrong tool according to where the tool is being used in the report. So that can then trace back and go back to the operator and say, hey, look, you made a mistake there, it caused a problem, or, be careful because that could cause a problem. So you can, once you get data, you can really, try to figure out, what's really happening and how to fix it.
Yeah, perfect. Sounds interesting. Thanks for talking to us today, Manny.
Mate,
cheers.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thanks for tuning in to Manufacturing Tech Australia with Shane and Paul, recorded on the traditional lands of the Bunurong and Wurundjeri people. For more information, jump on the manufacturingtech.au website. Remember to hit the follow button to join us again next time as we continue to explore the intersection of manufacturing and technology.